All right, hey guys, what's going on? Austin Zulauf here in Kentucky, and a lot of times in network marketing, we have a tendency to listen to folks who sugarcoat things. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of BS. And today, if that's what you're looking for, then you're definitely not in the right place. Okay. Today, we're going to go over some very valuable techniques that are going to teach you how to prospect offline, and we're going to divide this hangout into 3 separate sections. Okay. In the first section, I'm going to briefly touch on the proper posture and mindset you should have whenever you're offline prospecting and whenever you're starting to develop that following offline. Okay, if you go into a new city without knowing anybody there, and you can just create a whole movement locally in that city. You can go to a campus online, or offline. Go to a university of some sort of campus, and you can create a movement on the campus. So we're going to go over a few different techniques after we get done with the mindset and the posture section. So you're going to get scripts word for word that I've helped train people. One guy, he took his income from $70,000 a month to over $400,000 a month using some of these techniques that I'm going to be teaching today. We're going to have some fun. You're going to get to see firsthand word for word scripts that will get you results. Nearly 100% of the time, you're going to walk away with a name, a phone number, and a time to follow up with this individual. I'm going to show you how to recruit up, okay? How to pick somebody that's the sharpest of the sharp and get them involved in your business. And then at the end, in the third part, I'm going to explain how typically I charge a $2,500 retainer for my training services, and then a $500 a month, or I'm sorry, a $500 an hour fee, a consulting fee. My 13-week training is typically $10,000 to $12,000, and I'm going to show you how to get that absolutely for free, the training and the support that comes along with it. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, the first thing you're going to have to do if you want to learn how to prospect offline effectively, you really want to produce professional level results, is you're going to have to quit worrying what people are thinking about you. If you're wondering if when you walk up that you're going to get someone that says, "Oh, get away from me, I don't know you," or "Your ears are too big," or whatever the case may be, then you have to get over that. There was a point in time in my life that I was so broke, I didn't care what somebody thought about me. I didn't care. I still don't really, but I didn't care what they were going to say because I was worried about where my next meal was coming from. Okay, you have to get to the point where you care what people are going to think about you. Okay, it doesn't matter anyway, because one of two things is going to happen. One, the more likely is they're going to become a new prospect, a new lead of yours, or two, they're not. And if they're not, that's fine, because you wouldn't want to work with someone anyway that after I show you these conversational, these very fun and seamless ways of prospecting offline, if they weren't receptive to that, then you wouldn't want to work with them anyway. I can promise you that. And so first of all, you gotta get your mind right and quit worrying about what other people are going to be thinking about you. And most folks don't think of offline prospecting in network marketing. They don't think of prospecting at all, whether it's online or offline, social media marketing, any of that stuff. They don't think about it the right way. If someone says no to you, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to an opportunity that could definitely change their life with the proper systems, training, and support. They're not saying no, I don't like you, no, you smell, or anything like that. Hopefully not. But I'm not attached to that person if they do tell me no. All right, because no means next. In sales, we used to just say not qualified. If we were selling life insurance and we weren't able to sell to them, we would just say that they weren't qualified. Now, you have to qualify this person. So we're going to go over the word-for-word scripts real quick. We're going to have some fun with it. This should be a pretty quick hangout. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you how you can get some very, very valuable training and support for absolutely no cost. Okay, so First of all, what I want to do is I want to say that I like to prospect in places of business because I know that the people that are there have a job. Okay, we're going to go over how to prospect in a place of business. We're going to go out how to prospect on a university right after that here in just a minute, and I'm going to tell you how to recruit store managers. That's particularly one of my favorite things to do. But first, I want to tell you how yesterday I got 6 prospects in 1 hour while I was out shopping for shoes. Okay, so here's the word-for-word script, and I'm going to unmute Sharina, if that's okay, Sharina, and I'm going to pick on you, and you're going to help me role play. Hopefully that's okay. All right, I unmuted you. All right, can you hear me? Sharina? All right, I unmuted you, but I think you're still muted. Can't hear you. All right. Say something?
You can hear me now, right?
Yes, absolutely. I can hear myself too. That's going to be distracting. All right, I'm gonna have. Can you turn that down a little bit to where I can't hear myself? I've got ADD. That's going to throw me off. All right. All right. Cool. Thank you. All right. So let's say that I'm going into a place of business, and yesterday, for example, I was buying some new shoes, and I love a good deal. Man, I went to TJ Maxx, I went to JC Penney and found a good deal on a few pair of shoes. And this is exactly what I said, to get 6 prospects, name, phone number, okay, open their mind, have an ice-breaking conversation. 3 of these guys actually wanted to join me right there. They didn't even care what it was that I was doing. All they cared about is that it would produce more income. So I'm going to show you exactly word for word what I said to them. Okay, so I was talking to Brad and Christy. They were the ones cashing me out. One was the manager. One was, he was a new guy and he was getting trained. And real nice folks. And, you know, I said, you know, Christy, Brad did a really, really good job here today. He was the first person to talk to me whenever I came up here looking for some shoes. You know, Brad, it seems like you really enjoy your job. Do you enjoy it as much as it seems? And he said, of course. Of course. You know, I'm brand new, but this is, you know, I'm having a lot of fun, and Christy's real sweet and all that. And I said, I knew you did. I knew you did. And Christy, you did an excellent job, too, just training Brad. Let me ask you, though, honestly, do you plan on retiring from JCPenney? And she said, well, no, not retiring from JCPenney, you know, but it's a nice little part-time gig and all that sort of thing. And I said, okay, all right, then I've got a serious question for you. If you found something that didn't take you away from what you're currently doing, and you had fun doing it and really enjoyed it, and it could produce a whole second income that can meet or even exceed your current income, would that even be interesting to you? And she said, yes, absolutely. Brad spoke over her and said, yeah, I'd actually be interested in that too, if it didn't take me away from what I'm doing. I said, absolutely, absolutely, wouldn't take you away from what you're doing. Well, the company I work with is expanding in the area, and I can't promise you anything, but I can take your information and turn it into our executive and have him follow up with you. Since we're here in the Richmond area, would I be texting information to an 859 or a 270 number? And I looked down at my phone, ready to type their number in. Christy gave me hers first, and then I got Brad's. And they both went through my sales funnel already. Brad keeps texting me, in fact. So, you know, we've had a lot of fun with that. That was 2 people right there. I forgot to mention the young lady that whenever I was trying to find the shoe department, because I'm pretty scatterbrained, you guys probably haven't picked up on that yet, but I was trying to find the shoe department, and I stopped and asked a young lady at the cologne, the perfume counter, where the shoe department was, and I said, you know what, I really appreciate it. Let me ask you a question. You seem like you really enjoy what you're doing. Do you plan on retiring from here at JCPenney? So I went over the same exact script. She said, no, of course not. I said, well, then I got a serious question for you. If you found something that didn't take you away from what you're currently doing, okay, and you had fun doing it, you really enjoyed it, and it could generate a whole second income that can meet or even exceed your current income, would that even be interesting to you? And she said, absolutely. And if I said, okay, great. I can't promise you anything, but the company I'm with is in the area, and I can take down your information and turn it into ours and have him with you. Would I be texting an 859 or a 270 number? 859. Okay, great. I'll shoot you a text in a little bit. And it's probably an idea that you know a little bit about what we're talking about. So I'll text your website for you to check out. A little information, smart, like you know the deal. Whenever our executive follows up with you. All right. Take care. Now think about the steps to that. Why that works so well. First of all, you compliment them. You know, hey, you look like you really enjoy working here. You do a great job. Excellent. You're a wonderful employee. Let me ask you a question. Then the next part is you ask them a question that pretty much everybody says no to, but it doesn't matter if they say yes or no. It really doesn't matter. You just get to thinking. You plan on retiring here? Just very simple. Let me ask you a question. Honest question. Do you plan on retiring as much as you enjoy it? Do you plan on retiring from here at JCPenney's? Oh, yes, it doesn't matter what they say. And you say, then I have a serious question for you. That's when you put on a serious. You've been smiling and having fun this whole time, but then you put on the serious face and the whole mood changes. Right? So you say, it found something that didn't take you away from what you're currently doing. Okay, so that's an important part. That overcomes the I don't have time objection. That overcomes the I'm happy with my current job objection. That overcomes all those objections already. Okay, so you're saying if you found something that didn't take you away from what you're currently doing and you actually had fun and enjoyed it, and that could generate a whole second income that could meet or exceed your current income, would that even be interesting to you? And I usually have a little smile on my face and almost a touch of sarcasm because I know what they're going to say, because everybody says the same thing. It's rhetorical. I only asked to get a yes. All right? They're going to tell me yes. And then I do the takeaway, because people always want what they can't have. Okay? So you say, all right, well, the company I work with is expanding in the area, and I can't promise you anything, but, and yes, I actually lean back and take it away from them whenever I say I can't promise you anything. The company I work with is expanding in the area, and I can't promise you anything, but I can take your information and turn it into our executive and have him follow up with you. Since we're here in the Dallas area, would I be texting information to a 972 or a 214 number? And then I want you to give them those two options, okay, one or two options of area codes in your town or the town you're in, and then look down at your phone, ready to put their number in. So would it be a 970 or a 270 number? 972. Awesome. What's the rest? 555. Okay, great. I'll shoot you a text here in just a little bit, and it's probably a good idea that you know a little bit about what it is that we're doing. So I'll text you a website. And by the way, guys, let me stop right there and say, if they say, well, what's it all about? If they say, well, I need some information, what company is it? All right. Using this method, all you're going to say is, well, you're at work and I'm on my way somewhere, so this is obviously not the time or the place, but I'll definitely text you all the information that you would need and have him follow up with you. Would it be an 859 or a 270 number I'd be texting the information to? That's it. Using this method, you do not want to get into a full, you want to remember these three phrases, okay? Busy, important, and in control. You're busy and they're busy, okay? What you're doing is important, though, and so is what they're doing. That's going to keep you in control if you appear to be busy and important, okay? So remember that, busy, important, and control, all right? Now is not the time or the place, but I'll certainly text you the information and have him follow up with you. Done. By the way, that is a word-for-word script that I can give you. You can email me at the email in the description of this YouTube video or connect with me on Facebook. Now let's move on, because I want to teach you how to go in a place of business and recruit the manager. Okay? This is a blast. I love doing it. I recently did it at the local Sprint store, okay, and I love doing, recruiting managers, recruiting the people that are higher ups, and it's very simple too. With this method, we're going to go over 2 more methods after this, and then I'm going to tell you how you can get all the training and support you could ever want for free, okay? So with this method, you're going to go into, I give you an example of the Sprint store, the example that worked, okay? So you go into the Sprint store, for example. I like to talk to salespeople, and by the way, barbers, salon owners, they're salespeople also. They talk all day long. So let's say that I go into a Sprint store. I'm not going to do it when they're busy. I usually do it first thing in the morning whenever they open. That way I can get my prospecting out of the way. And by the way, everywhere I go, 24 hours a day, I'm always prospecting. So if you're always prepared, then you never have to get ready. All right. So you walk into the Sprint store, and there was 2 folks standing there, and I said, hey, guys, the company, I just want to talk to you and tell you that I see your salespeople, and out of the 2 of you, I want to know who's the better salesperson. Already, I've broken the ice. Okay, they're laughing, they're having fun, they're saying, oh, I'm the better salesperson, he sucks, he's horrible, whatever the case may be. And I say, well, I'm just messing with you. The reason why I ask is because the company I'm expanding, the company I work with is expanding in the area, and we're only looking for the best, the brightest, the absolute sharpest, okay? And I know you guys are salespeople. Do you guys keep your options open when it comes to making more money? That's it. And then I'm going to say, if it didn't interfere with what you're already doing, would you be open? And so what you want to do is you want to say, these are key words, these are key things. If it didn't interfere with what you're already doing, do you keep your options open when it comes to making more money? Very simple stuff. So you're going to go in there, and people are going to buy your confidence before they buy, the trappings of success and what kind of car that you have and that sort of thing. Yesterday when I got 6 prospects, I forgot to go over the other 3, how I got the other 3. Yesterday I was wearing a Captain America t-shirt, okay, and I hadn't shaved in like 3 or 4 days, all right? People are going to buy your confidence before they care about all the other stuff, okay? It's really how you say it, how you go about things, all right? By the way, the other 3 people that I got, the other half of the prospects I got yesterday, it was cool. I didn't know what pair of shoes to buy, and so before I gave myself time to think about getting rejection, I saw these 3 ladies walking by the shoe place, and one was kind of a pretty girl, and so I stopped and I asked them, I said, excuse me guys, I really need your help. Which one of these do you think? And so, and we got to chit-chatting, and I just did the same exact thing, said, by the way, you guys are really easy to talk to. Let me ask you a question. The company I work with is expanding in the area, and I can't promise you anything, but if you found something that didn't take you away from what you're currently doing, okay, did the same exact thing that I did with everybody else. Once you know that script and you practice it, you can apply it in different situations. 6 prospects in 1 hour yesterday. A lot of folks don't get that offline in a week, and they're all 6 people that are open to what it is that I'm doing. All right. So whenever you're going in, I'll give you an example. You talk to these two people at the Sprint store, as I mentioned. I use the same thing. If you're going in to recruit the manager, so let's say that I went into Belk's, for example. Belk's is another place that I prospected. And I went in and I asked the person up front at the men's department, are they the manager on duty? And they said no. And I said, well, you should be as hard as you work. I said, is he or she in today? And they said yes. I said, can you please page them for me? And so they paged this gentleman, and I spoke to him and I said, hey, Kim right here did a phenomenal job. She's an excellent employee. Obviously, you guys do a great job with training your employees. She's awesome. Okay, can I speak to you real quick? Then I pulled him to the side. Okay, he was the general manager. I told him, I said, hey, Steve, I'm Austin. I can see that you run a tight ship here. You definitely know how to manage and lead a team. That's very obvious. The company I work with is expanding in the area, and we're only looking for the best and the brightest, the absolute sharpest individuals. Okay? And if it didn't take you away from what you're currently doing, okay, because I know you obviously enjoyed that, if it didn't take you away from what you're currently doing, and it could meet or exceed your current income, would you even be open? Would that be something that interested you? He said, well, yeah, I definitely keep my options open. He was a really cool guy, by the way. We went in his office, and he really only brings home a few $100 a week, so it shouldn't be difficult for him to replace his income. So we got to chit-chatting, and he asked me what it is that I do, and at that point I wanted to tell him because I'm talking with a person of authority. So I told him, I said, the company I work with is Canaway. It's the first ever home business whose products are centered around legal cannabis. A lot of different products from anti-aging to energy supplements, vaporizers to dermatology. And so he was very interested, and he's already bought some of the products and that sort of thing. So he was very interested. But that's a very simple way that you can recruit up and recruit the manager. Here's the steps. First of all, you go up to the first person you see at the cash register or whatever the case may be and ask them, are they the manager in charge today? If they're not, you're going to make them feel good. If you are, then you already got the person in charge. That's awesome. But usually they're not. They wouldn't be working the cash register more times than not. You say, well, you should be, as hard as you work. That breaks the ice. Then you ask them to page them for you. Whenever they get there, you compliment them and their employee. Kim did a great job. Obviously, you run a tight ship here. You guys do a great job of training your employees. That's awesome. Can I talk to you over here for just a second? You pull them to the side because they're going to be more open to telling you yes away from their employee. Okay, so you pull Steve to the side. You say, listen, Steve, I'm Austin Zulauf, okay? And, it's obvious you know how to manage and lead a team. The company I work with is expanding in the area, and we're looking for the best and the brightest, the absolute sharpest, and that's it. Okay. Now, the reason why this is going to work is because you just complimented his employee. You just called him the best and the brightest. Anything you say after this point, he's not going to get mad and hate you, okay? So we're looking for the best and the brightest, only the absolute sharpest, all right? If it didn't take you away from what you're currently doing, and you found a way that you could meet or exceed your income, would that even be interesting to you? Do you keep your income options open is another one you can say. But I like the meet or exceed the income part. So if you say that, and he asks you what your company is, have a real brief description, give him your company name, because you're talking to the manager, okay? You're talking to a person in charge, and, hey, that you own that much, they gave you that time. Now, here's what we're going to go over next, okay? I have a friend of mine that took his income from $70,000 a month to over $400,000 a month, and he used this very simple method that I'm going to teach you right now, okay? This method, this is niche marketing, but I like to apply it in universities and on college campuses, okay? So let's take, for example, you're in a new city that you don't know anybody. You go into a barber shop and you talk to the first barber. And you say, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, listen, you're one of the barbers here, right? You say yes. And remember, selling is two things. Selling is conditioning of the mind and a transfer of emotion. So you want to go in there with the right demeanor, the right confidence, the right emotion, okay? And you want to get as many yes answers as possible. All right, so this is exactly what you say. You could go into a barber shop, a salon, whatever, doesn't really matter, mechanic store. And so you go into the barber shop, you say, hey, excuse me, you're one of the barbers, right? Yeah, absolutely. Great. Hey, listen, it's National Barber Appreciation Month with the company that I work with, and we're having a big event for barbers, stylists, and salon owners down at the Lexington Entrepreneur Center about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. What are you doing tomorrow night about 7 o'clock? Nothing. Great. Awesome. What we're going to be doing is teaching you guys and showing you guys how to create a whole second income using the relationships that you have here at the barbershop. If I were to text some information to you, since we're here in Lexington, would it be an 859 or a 270 number? Look down at your phone, ready to input your number. All right? Very simple. You don't even need to use the takeaway that I taught you in the first part of this on that, because your niche marketing is just for them, just for their friends and family. Okay, that's it. Very simple. Here's how you create a movement on a college campus using the same method. And I love going to college campuses. I'm going to give you 2 tips on how to blow it up on a college campus. The first one is through niche marketing. So, me, Sean Offit, and Heather Pruitt went to University of Kentucky's campus, and this is the only thing I said to anyone all day long for the most part. I would see people with backpacks on, and I would walk up and say, hey, excuse me, you go to University of Kentucky, right? He said, yeah, absolutely. I said, awesome. Hey, it's National College Student Appreciation Month with the company that I work with. We're having a huge event tonight about 7 o'clock just for you guys and your friends and family. What are you doing tonight about 7? Nothing. Awesome. What we're going to be doing is going over how you can create a whole second income using the relationships that you get here at college on campus. That way, it gives you some options, and you wouldn't have to go off campus to look for an income. All right. So if I were to text you some information regarding that, since we're here in Lexington, would it be an 859 or a 270 number? All right, great. What's the rest of your number? Okay. All right, listen, man, I'll text you here in a little bit. By the way, my name's Austin. What's your name? Da-da-da. Done. Done. Now, here's the other thing you can do. And this is a lot of fun, okay? It's a whole lot of fun because these college students are going to fight for one another big time. If you make a flyer of some sort, okay, about your event, and you put at the top of it in big red letters, $100 to the person who brings the most guests. I'm just telling you right now, if you get permission from the dean, then you go place those flyers on the college students' dorms and that sort of thing. Those college students will literally fight each other, saying, oh, no, you're coming with me, you're coming with me, and they'll be trying to bring the most guests. Okay, that's how to get these guys to bring a lot of guests. All right, that's one surefire way. All right. So we went over how to prospect offline in a place of business and on the street. We went over how to recruit store managers. We went over how to create a movement on a college campus, how to niche market. We went over a lot of different prospecting offline. If you want the word for word script, okay, connect with me on Facebook. The link to my Facebook should be in the description of this video on YouTube. And or you can email me at austinzinternational@gmail.com, whichever you prefer. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is how you can get as much training and support as you possibly could ever want or need for absolutely free. My training is typically a $25 retainer fee, which means that you just have access to me through email. You can call me. You can text. I prefer text. I've gotten a few since we've been, and I'll be here for you. And it's about $100 an hour, and I only time that we actually spend, not the time it takes me preparing. All right. My 13-week training course is about $10,000 to $12,000. Now I guarantee results, obviously, and I go over a variety of things. You can get all of these. Anyone that is involved in my Canaway organization gets all the training they could possibly want, all the access to me, my leadership team. They get all the training, all the support they could possibly want at absolutely no cost. Now, some of them don't use it, but some do. I get phone calls, text messages, emails all day, every day from people throughout my organization. And I really want to give a special shout out to Anthony Gartman up in New Jersey. Anthony contacts me every single day and with mine about his organization, and he's I believe he's the one producer inside of our organization. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he's at least in the top. I know that for sure. But he's up there in New Jersey. So anybody that wants further information on how they can get all the training, not only myself, but another fellow who's on for network marketing. He's a published author in every company from zero to over $5 million out of his first 90 days. You got another fellow that's grown organizations of 40,000 people in his respective company, and one income earner in the company he's with right now. Another fellow that was top earner in another company, and he's been a professional in the industry for over 30 years. And one fellow that's made over $200 million inside of his 26 years in network marketing. This is my leadership group. If you want all the training and the support, you want the professional results that elude 99% of the people inside of our industry. If you want to work smarter, not harder, and see what we think is a good opportunity to get involved with and get the training and the support to blow it up and really produce your dream life, get with me on Facebook or email me at austinzinternational@gmail.com. And that concludes training, guys. The last thing that I'm going to say to you is if you're in network marketing